watch, and I can just like line it up with that. It's almost like lovely.
Wait, I'm sorry, can we edit?
No, I'm going to definitely keep that. Derek's back, which is very exciting. And yeah, so yeah, this week we're going to be talking about Derek's LVO list. The nuts thing is that Derek's codex is probably legal for LVO. Have you actually reached out to them yet?
As long as it's out when they say it's out.
So, but the thing is, it's coming. Okay, so the codex is coming out on the 15th.
Yeah.
And
Frontline
Gaming said lists are due on the 17th. They also said the 15th is the cutoff for new material.
Yeah.
So it's the day.
Right, yeah, but the codex comes out on the 15th.
Sure, I'm certain it's fine, but imagine like the TO had a bad day and he's like, before the 15th. I hope not. Anyway, Derek has the information from the codex.
Completely legitimate.
So the codex is not coming out until this Saturday, so you guys it'll be out by the time this is happening.
Yeah.
By the time they see this.
Yeah, so you get to do the new codex in the...
Yeah, it's going to be great. So Derek has made his entire list on his computer, and he's using an Excel sheet rather than Battle Scribe. Well, this is exciting. I have no idea what to expect from your codex. I just want to go through. Genestealer cults, by the way. Yes. I don't remember if I mentioned that.
That's the only army you've played on the channel.
That's true. That's true. People know you as the Genestealer cults guy.
Well, probably not. It's been a while.
It's been a minute. Well, you got married, you bought a house, you had a whole life happen, 6 kids. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, 6 kids in 6 months.
Yeah,
it's been
efficient. Do you want to just start at the top, go through your list?
Yeah, so I will say it was very fun writing the list again that didn't have Battle Scribe. Like, there's something very nostalgic about, like, oh, I have this completely legitimate PDF of the codex, and I'm calculating the points.
It's like tactile. It feels like going through the pages. Yeah, I agree. It's every now and then I make a list just for fun using that because that's just the way to do it.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll probably start with like what the big changes are.
Please, yes.
Because then the rest of the list will make sense when you're like, oh, how do I have 5 HQs in a battalion? Things like that.
How do you have 5? Is it the Thousand Sons boyfriend rule?
Kind of. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
A little more liberally applicable.
All right, I'll just let you do it. I'll just let you do it. Now I'll ask questions as they arise.
Cool. So big kind of new things that really changed the way the army played is the crossfire rule. So I'm sure everyone saw it in the Warhammer community article. I think they did a great job of explaining it. I know a lot of people are complaining about being a little confusing, but it's pretty straightforward. So if a shooting unit with crossfire, which is everything that's not a character with a gun, plus a couple characters. If they hit a enemy unit with a 2 damage weapon or 5 single damage weapons, it gets a crossfire token, which is kind of like a marker light. Everything else then...
This is why you're grokking it, because it's just marker lights.
Yeah, it's back to my original...
He was a Tau player originally, so okay.
So it's a crossfire token, everything else is then +1 to hit it. And it lets you key up a bunch of different stratagems. So there's stratagems that turn off Overwatch on a crossfire unit, or make a crossfire unit fight last for 1 CP, which I'm really excited about today.
Boy, that's interesting.
Yeah. So it's leading the army more into like the combined arms ambush tactics that doesn't 100% rely on close combat.
Cool.
So it makes that part of it just as interesting as the close combat used to be. But the really cool part about it is if something has an ambush marker and you completely surround it with 2 units. So 1 unit shooting can draw a line through the target and hit another friendly crossfire unit. They're exposed. They're +1 to wound as well. So basically, all of the time, there will be very few times I'm going to shoot where I'm not +1 to hit and +1 to wound.
Wow. Okay, so that's going to be... So screening you out is going to be really important. So drawing 9-inch bubbles around my guys is going to be very important.
Yeah. 9-inch bubbles aren't actually going to do anything. So, the other fun part is all the like blips in the ambush was reworked. Mostly remain the same. Blips still work the same way.
Cool. You were worried that was going to leave.
I was very worried that was going to leave. So that was a big relief for me. But in addition to that, when I deep strike, if I go underground, which is like every Genestealer cult infantry.
It's your deep strike version.
It's my deep strike version. When I come out, I can come out within 8 inches instead of 9 inches. So I have 8-inch deep strikes across.
This is army wide.
Army wide.
What nuts?
Yeah. Army wide 8-inch deep strikes or 6-inch deep strikes, but I can't charge if I do that. So, like my Kellermorph, who can pop in within 6 inches no matter what, he's now got 18-inch range on his guns, and he moves after he shoots. So I can deep strike within 6 inches, light someone up, move 6 inches, and hide around the corner.
That's nuts.
It's pretty great.
Okay, good to know.
So yeah, so the deep striking is the other big change. And the third thing, the boyfriend of the rule, for every HQ I bring that takes up an HQ slot, another one of my characters doesn't take up a slot. So they can be HQs or elites, which basically allows me to take all 5 of my HQ options in 1 battalion.
That's curious.
And 1 more elite would still be 3 on top of that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. I think my original version of the list I had all 5. I think I trimmed down to 4. So I've got 4 HQs and 3 character elites.
Okay, so assassinate. They want to take
Same
assassin.
as always.
Okay,
Yeah.
great, yeah.
You can, but all of my characters are also much more durable now.
That's interesting because I remember them popping like
Yes.
popcorn.
Yeah, and not durable in the like traditional. They got tougher, they got more wounds, anything like that. But I'll just give an example. The Sanctus, who's the knife ear, the sniper boy.
Yeah.
He's just gone bananas. He automatically hits all his attacks. He gained a 5-up invul. He gained a camo cloak. He's always
Hold on, wait, that first part.
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
He automatically hits all of his attacks?
Every attack, shooting, close combat. doesn't
Fuck
matter.
you, Vindicare assassins, I guess.
He's if he were to sniper duel a Vindicare assassin, the Vindicare assassin wouldn't even be able to target him because he is untargetable outside of 12 inches. Always, full stop, period, no exceptions.
That's depressing.
Good stuff.
All right, yeah, you just want to run us through your list? God,
Yeah.
that's a lot. Oh, I'm excited
Yeah.
to play against this.
Yeah,
All right.
those are the big ones. Cult creeds also affect everything now. That's the other big change. I'm very happy.
Hooray!
Finally.
Take that, CSN.
Yeah. I feel bad. Did you see the shield drone wound leak?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Tau shield drones are getting 2 wounds before Chaos Space Marines.
Yeah, it's depressing.
That is the best. Anyway, continue, sorry.
Yeah. I'll run through the list.
Please do.
So I got a battalion, like I said. 4 HQs in my battalion because why not? I can do it. Have the Patriarch. He still has to be the Warlord. That
Okay,
didn't
that's
change.
good, fluffy.
Still great. The thing that did change is before he had the Brood Coven stratagem to give a Primus and a Magus a Warlord trait as well for 1 CP. So you basically always have 3.
Yeah.
I can now put that on any other 2 HQs. So
Oh,
it's
cool.
not limited to those 2. But. So Patriarch's the Warlord. His Warlord trait is preternatural speed. So he always fights first and rerolls all hits. He also natively rerolls all wounds. So he's still a little bit of a blender.
Oh, I hate that. Hate that
It's
so
pretty great.
much.
It's pretty
Graham, hello.
Hello.
We're doing a big, everybody's getting together and like practicing for LVO tonight, so there's going to be some interruptions in
But-
here. Also,
I'm also
Tori.
here.
Character of it. It makes it more fun.
If they can do it, I can do it.
Graham, yes, absolutely. Graham, I need to tell you about how your dice fucked me in my last game, by the way. Okay, anyway, sorry. HQs.
Patriarch, he fights first, he rerolls hits. That's
Gross, hate that.
It's great. I love it.
Hmm.
His gets to cast 2 psychic powers now instead of 1. All of my psychers get 2 casts instead of 1.
Why?
Because I was a very psychic focused army.
I was a very
Um,
Psychus-focused army and they took away my casts!
Well, but like, I'm just better. I'm a better psyker. Than
Why does a
it's just-
Grandmaster of the Grey Knights cast less than a fucking Magus?
Wait, your Grandmaster?
My Grandmaster used to cast twice and now casts once. This isn't a complain about Grey Knights video. This is a Derek talks about his Genestealers video. Continue. Sorry, I got salty.
No, that I'm.
Spicy.
I am sorry for that.
It
That doesn't make any sense. It makes sense that I get to, but you should also get to. Is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, so every turn he's going to be casting Might from Beyond. All my psychic powers did get a little worse.
Okay, cool.
They-
That
they
seems to be the
tuned
case
up.
across the board.
Yeah. So it used to be +1 strength, +1 attack. Now it's just +1 attack.
Okay.
Which is what I would choose to keep anyway. And then the second one is Mass Hypnosis. So it used to have like 4 debuffs: -1 to hit, -1 attack, fight last, no Overwatch. It is now, and again, I'm still learning this.
Yeah, it's
Forgive
gonna
me.
be it's gonna be great.
It's now -1 attack characteristic and fight last.
That's really
So
good.
It's very good still. I lost a couple, but those then moved over to Mind Control, which used to be shoot something,
Okay.
shoot an enemy model. That is now -1 to hit, and subtract 1 from leadership and combat attrition tests.
Oh boy.
Interesting stuff.
Whew, all right.
Yeah, so that's Patriarch. He's still a blender. He's a little tougher. Hits a little less hard, but he rerolls wounds, so it doesn't matter. I've got a Magus.
Classic.
He has my Cult of the Four-Armed Emperor, I should say, is my cult creed.
Okay.
I picked them because they got a big upgrade. They used to be +1 to charge out of Deep Strike. They are now reroll all charges always, forever. On
Everybody.
Everything, because now everything gets called.
So rerollable 8-inch charge.
Off of Deep Strikes, everything.
Oh boy.
And I get light cover if I'm shot outside of 12 inches.
Ooh.
So helps my squishy.
Cool. All right.
So the Magus has that specific power, which is Undermine. Anything that doesn't fly, I reduce the speed by 3, half their advance rolls, and subtract 2 from their charges. So
Okay.
it like opens up the earth, and
That's
I've like
so cool.
tunneled under.
I
Yeah.
love that.
And then he also has Mind Control, so -1 to hit and a leadership debuff.
Ugh, all right.
I've got the Primus, who's gotten better. He's gotten different. I don't know about better. He's a better melee character. His buffs are, I think, less impactful than they were before. And instead of +1 to hit, let's reroll 1s for core to hit,
Right, that's pretty good.
which is still pretty good.
It's a classic buff.
And instead of picking an enemy unit that he then has a lieutenant on, every turn he just picks a different core unit to reroll 1s to wound. So, still pretty good. He has my first of my 2 extra warlord traits. So Inscrutable Cunning, which is the Four-Armed Emperor warlord trait. I love it. It feels like such a cool way to work in CP regen that is more flavorful and neat.
I'm so curious.
It's really cool. So once around, every round, if I use a stratagem that's either strategic ploy or battle tactics, which is basically all of them but like 6,
Yeah.
I can reduce the cost by 1.
Wow, that's really good.
It has to target one of my units, but I can reduce the cost by 1.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah. Yeah. So I get a free CP or a free stratagem every turn. Because all of my stratagems are now like 1.
Can you reduce it to 0?
Yeah.
That's nuts. That's stupid.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh, I need to kill him. I'm assuming if he's dead, that warlord trait no longer does
No,
that.
that's the cool thing about Genestealer calls it my character. No, yeah. Oh, and something else neat. So I think a lot of people have been frustrated with like the command phase timing of abilities. Kind of been a problem across the board. Genestealer cults don't give a fuck, because if one of our characters comes in from Deep Strike, they can do any command phase ability when they come in from Deep Strike.
Oh, Torin just left the building, and I'm so glad he didn't hear that, because he gets so upset about his chaplain not being able to like go into Deep Strike or go into an Impulsor, because he has to wait a whole turn to get back to the command phase. That's really good.
It's really good.
There's a lot of shit in this codex.
Yeah, it's a lot. So, and again, this is my first game playing it.
I'm very excited.
But I've been like going hard on this
Right.
spreadsheet for a week. So.
Then we got your Jackal Alphys?
Jackal Alphys. Oh, and then Primus also my first relic, which is just a nasty claw.
Nasty Claw.
The fluff is like it injects mutagens and turns you into a hulking mess of bone. You just explode, and it's creepy and gross.
Ugh.
Jackal Alphys, kind of similar to before, probably the most similar to before. She used to have the +1 to hit on enemy unit aura. It's now select a core and an enemy unit, and that unit is exposed for that core unit.
Oh, that's kind of fun, working off your own little inner mechanics.
Yes.
I like
yeah,
that.
so it's +1 to wound is exposed.
Cool.
She has my second warlord, or my third warlord trait, which is Prowling Adjutant. Which is going to make sense, the name is very fitting. Every time she's charged, after she's declared, but before the roll is made, she gets to move 6 inches. So if you came in from Deep Strike and like charged her and my Ridge Runners, I could move her 6 inches back, and you would fail no matter what because
I declared her. That's interesting.
So I don't think people will fall for it very often, but it's a really strong deterrent. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
basically like
If
I
you
put
put her
in a
somewhere,
place-
it's making it so that they can't get like a successful deep strike charge off there. Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
My troops.
You're bringing a whole mess of troops, it
whole
looks
mess
like.
of troops. I want to bring more, honestly. I think once I have more time to paint,
Yeah.
I'll be bringing a lot of troops because the troops with the +1 to hit and wound, the neophytes, are bananas. You can load them up with 2 heavy weapons and 2 grenade launchers, and they're always +1 to hit and wound. So they're shooting like Space Marine with +1.
This is assuming that like you get the exposed thing.
Yes, yeah, I will always have it, and I'll explain a couple ways why. So my sniper that auto hits, every time he hits something, it's a multi-damage weapon, so that's an automatic crossfire token. My Nexus can just put one on the board anywhere he wants every turn. So like, I'm gonna have a couple for free, and then as long as I position or use stratagems or my Jackal, I can get the exposed, even if I'm not directly.
Wow, positioning is going to be so important for you.
Yes, yeah, it's gonna be tough. I'll probably misplay a lot, but.
All right, acolytes and then neophyte hybrids, are they pretty much the same?
Yep, they're the same. Actually, they're exactly the same. So I got 3 squads of 10 I went with the seismic cannons. They got a lot cooler. 6 shots at strength 4, AP 1 damage, or 3 shots at strength 6, AP 2 damage.
I heard those words and they just went right over my head. I will ask again
Yeah,
whenever I play you.
They can either go whoop, 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 or whoop, 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 whoop. is the gist there. 5 acolytes, just the hand flamers,
Okay.
and then my big old blob of 15 acolytes. They got very interesting. They're toughness 4 now.
That's really good.
Their cultist knife that gave them +1, just like chainsword attack, is now worked into their main profile. So they get 3 attacks at AP 2 instead of 1 at AP 0, 2 at AP 1. Sometimes the rending.
That'll
bond.
save a lot of time.
Saves a lot of time. They're all just 1. And I gave them the heavy mining drills, which you're gonna hate, but they're very cool. So,
Okay, cool. Don't tell me about it now. I'm excited to see
all right.
what it does.
All right, I got 6 of them this unit.
Holy
And,
shit!
They're pretty great.
That's an expensive troops unit.
255 points.
That's more than my Terminators.
It is, and I realistically think they could kill 2 to 3 units of Terminators in a turn.
Holy shit. Damn. All right.
Maybe 2. They put out a lot of mortal wounds now.
All right.
They have my first. So the other cool thing is, so every codex has their like character upgrade.
Yeah, you
mechanics.
can upgrade units for points.
Yeah. So Genestealer Cult is way more wide open. I can upgrade any unit for points. And they're everything from allowing characters to do their auras and actions twice to letting a unit come in and blow up a piece of terrain so that it no longer has any traits.
That's cool.
It's really cool.
That's flavorful.
The one I put on them though is 15 points, and it is a trap sprung. When they come in off the deep strike, they charge 3d6.
Woo!
3d6 drop the lowest.
Okay.
So,
That's much more reasonable.
but
Still getting an
3d6
8-inch charge. Yeah.
8-inch charge on 3d6, so they can
Re-rolling.
So they're gonna make. They have like a 90-something% chance to make that.
That is insane. That's nuts.
It's pretty great.
Torrance is shaking his head over there.
And they have 15 hand flamers as well. I love the hand flamers.
Why not?
Because they can also trigger crossfire. So they auto hit at least 5 times, and they put a crossfire token, or they're +1 to wound because they're going to be flanking. All that kind of stuff.
I'm hating this already.
Yeah, I love it.
All right, move on to your elites.
Elites. Big old blob of 10 aberrants. They got really simplified. They gained extra toughness, extra wound, still -1 damage, but they lost their 5 up feel no pain. So I think a good trade. There's ways to give it back to them with the little alchemy.
Bio
The guy who's got the
Vegas.
thing. Yes, they
Biovegas.
He's got the stuff. I didn't bring them, so they're just what they are. But all of their weapons got mashed into 1 profile.
Also a good time saver.
Yes, because they had 4 different attack profiles.
Stupid.
So they basically just have thunder hammers now.
Without the -1 to hit.
Without the -1 to hit.
Ah! Fine. Street sign.
Strength 8, -2, flat 3 damage.
Street sign's more powerful than a Nemesis Demon Hammer.
Well, the street sign is the one weapon that's still an option. It's now like the Death Guard flail instead of.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
so you can hit
extra
multiple.
damage
That's
goes
fun.
over, which is still street sign, which is kind of dumb.
yeah.
So I didn't bring it. They have my second meticulous planning upgrade, which is our time is 9. The first time they fight in the game, they get +1 attack.
Cool.
So they get
That's
3
nice.
Yep. and that's only 10
So you've got
points.
10 guys in that squad, so just plus 10 attacks when they first fight.
Yeah, for 10 points.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
son of a bitch. That's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, it's the Might from Beyond psychic power for 10 points with no.
Can they also have Might from Beyond on them?
They can't stack the same.
Oh,
turn.
thank God.
Yes, that is very specific.
Oh, good.
But yeah, they're my goal with them is to load them up in a truck and just like have a beefy unit in the midboard because I never have that, and that's their goal.
All right. And then Nexus, it looks like?
Yeah, so then I just have my 3 other characters. So Nexos is the strategy table guy. He got a total rework.
Okay.
He used to be CP regen and move a blip. He is now free crossfire on any unit on the board, any range, no line of sight. It specifically says he does not have to see them. Like
Cool, that's fun.
He like sees them on his little table. I keep doing the DJ thing.
Yeah.
He sees them on the table and gives them crossfire.
His little, yeah, that's cool.
His second ability that he has lets him share an aura anywhere on the board. So if he's within 6 inches of a Jackal or a Primus or a Clamovus, he can take their aura and give it to anyone else on the board. There's no line of sight. Yeah. It's pretty fucking cool.
That's nuts.
So I can like deep strike in my neophytes and
No, I get the implications.
That's
That's
be like, oh, you
nuts.
get +1 to wound. Yeah.
That's insane.
It's pretty great.
Phobos Space Marines have to pay out the ass for that.
Yeah. Yeah. He's
Wow.
only 15 points.
Alright.
And then he has my second relic, which is the cranial inlay, I think it's called. 5+ CP regen, so it gets it back. And I can do strategic planner twice, so I can pick 2 units to get 2 different aura abilities.
Cool.
Yep. I've got the Sanctus.
You wrote Sand Cuts on there.
Again, it's the joy of. Oh god, now it's
Sanctus.
Xanax. Sanctus. It's the joy of doing this on an Excel.
Yeah.
I went the sniper version.
Auto hit. God,
Auto
that's
hits.
insane.
So it's auto hit. He is always -1 to be hit. Cannot be targeted out of 12. Has a camo cloak. Ignores cover. And every time he shoots something, he treats it as a crossfire and exposed. So it's always +1 to wound. I gave him the relic sniper, a gift from beyond. So it is 48 inches range. Strength 5, AP 3, 3 damage. Extra mortal and an unmodified 4.
Whoa.
+1 to wound. Automatically hits. It's brutal. And he has the stratagem still to, if he wounds something but doesn't kill it, he can shut off their auras automatically. Or I think I roll like 3d6 to beat your leadership. Shuts off your auras if you're a psyker in perils.
That's obscene.
So, my dream, exploding a Grey Knight's head with him, and perils exploding everyone else is much more achievable now.
That's obscene.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I think he's who I'm most excited for. As
Oh.
far as like glow up units, just the coolest.
All right, and it looks like your Killer Morph.
Calmorph's back. 3 pistols. His pistols got worse. They're no longer 2 damage. They're only 1 damage.
Good.
But they can trigger mortals on 6s.
Good. Bad.
Yeah, a bit of a side grade. Everything else is kind of the same for him, except again, he can move after he shoots now.
Cool. That's really good.
Very good. He has my third and final meticulous planning. He has a perfect ambush. So when he deep strikes, anything within 12 inches automatically has crossfire exposed.
This is so much for you to remember. Holy shit.
It'll be fine.
Okay, great.
It'll be fine.
What about your second day of LVO when you're really hungover?
Well, I'm not going to throw up like last time.
You were you were stuck in the hotel room all day.
Yeah, it was awful. It was awful. Not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It might happen. Yeah, it'll be good. Because I'm getting practice games.
There you
Find
go.
out on my
Perfect,
next- Give me 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Fast attack, I brought the 3 Ridge Runners again. I love them.
Vroom, vroom.
Mostly unchanged. They got an extra point of toughness. Their mining lasers are the same. Stubbers are the
Is it
same.
T6 now or T7?
They are T6 now.
Okay, sure, whatever.
The flare launcher is the only thing that changed.
It's a 6-up inval now.
Yes, and -2 to be charged.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it used to be 6 up field no pain.
Yeah.
So now it's 6 up invul, -2 to be charged.
Cool, that's nice.
Really protects them against deep strikes.
Yeah.
Because then those are 11-inch charges. And then I have a squad of 5 Jackals. They got extra armor, extra attack. They also got simplified. They had like 15 weapon options before. They're now just Atlan small arms. They did that a lot, which is great.
Yeah.
So they're a little tougher. They're still -1 to hit. If they're within 6 inches or something, automatically treats it as exposed. I have a stratagem that lets the rest of the army also automatically treat it as exposed.
Oh no.
And they can fall back and shoot and charge, something they didn't have before.
Damn, that's really good.
So yeah, more durable, more nimble, more all the bugs and the good stuff.
Bam. Is that your whole list? No, trucks.
Two trucks. That's the whole list. So I got 9 CP to start with. I spent 3.
I also had 9 CP to start when I played mine. Oh, but that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I hope you can remember it all.
Hello.
So I guess since this is gonna be we're gonna play now, and so I
Yes.
guess since this is your very first game, this is probably to ask you what your overall strategy is probably
No, yeah, I think I can. I want to kill stuff.
want to kill stuff. That's it.
Yep.
That's the game plan for
That's
the
the game
Genestealer
plan.
cults.
No, I want the Aberrants to hold the midboard. I want my Acolytes to preferably come in and use them as an anvil and just crush something in between them.
Cool, love that idea.
And then the Neophytes are going to punch above their weight. They're 90 points, and I really think they can trade well with like a strike squad. They could take it out with
Yeah.
a sonic cannon. So,
Oof.
yeah, I'm excited for that, and I'm excited to have, again, the Sanctus just murdering someone every turn.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him.
That's gonna be difficult.
I'm gonna do it. It's gonna happen. All right. Any closing thoughts on your list and what you're excited for, what you're nervous about?
No, I mean, it's what I got painted,
Yeah.
so it is what it is.
All right.
But I'm excited to see what works, and then I can kind of prioritize.
That'll be very fun. Awesome. Well, thank you, Derek. I'm looking forward to us playing. I'm looking forward to watching you play against other people. It's
Yeah,
gonna be a good
it'll
time.
be good.
Thank you for watching, everybody. There should be a game again with me against Derek tomorrow or the day after, so stay tuned. There's Torin flossing in the corner.
Like the youths.
Like the youths do.
Fellow kids.
I've been trying to learn how to floss for like months, and my brain just can't crack it.
I can talk.
People are filling the place.
Yeah.
Battle lines, and
yeah,
what
I
are
see.
the other missions?
I'll talk about it. All right. Thanks, everybody.